Hello everybody and welcome back to Lost Planeswalker. You're here with me, Jesse, the Lost Planeswalker, and today we're talking about Muragonda, a plane that we know nothing about really other than it's primordial and there's oozes. So let's dive in and see what we get to know. Muragonda is a primordial plane teeming with life and raw magic, but it was not always this way. In the distant past, an advanced civilization spanning the plane discovered magic, which ultimately led to their downfall. The collapse caused the plane's moons to shatter, sending the debris raining onto the surface, a phenomenon that continues to this day. As the moons strike diminishing over time, the survivors form bands, tribes, and kingdoms. The lasting effects of the initial calamity, such as oozes, unleashed magic and other destructive forces, sharpened the landscape into what it is now, a vibrant yet harsh world of lush jungles, dangerous life, ancient ruined cities, and unforgiving environments. While the remnants of the old civilization still exist in scattered, lonely ruins, the plane has entered a new stage where emerging cultures were discovering and learning to master magic once again. The Grand Prix on Muragonda is one of the most dangerous and unpredictable stages of the race. The terrain is ever-changing, marked by exposed ley lines, moonfalls, erupting volcanoes, and the both known and unknown colossal creatures. The local cultures, full of kinetic curiosity, add further complexity. The plane itself resists the race, as if trying to reject an infection, never fully accepting the event. A year before the race began, Avishkar deployed an advanced team to Muragonda, split into diplomatic, construction, maintenance, and security division. These teams carved paths through the land, often disrupting the natural environment, while the Sarid autocracy granted Avishkar assurance that their chosen land was appropriate for the race. It soon became clear that the agreements made were more political maneuvering than genuine collaboration. The autocracy used their treaties to expand their borders, gain technological exchanges, and assert control over the plane. While Avishkar is slowly making progress in dealing with local mage circles, the race will take competitors through Muragonda's most stunning yet perilous environments. Racers will face tracks suspended over coral pits, geysers, and narrow jungle-filled corridors. The challenge here is far greater than Amonkhet's haunting sands, as they encounter monstrous oozes, magic-warped dinosaurs, and raiders who reject the autocracy's treaty. In my opinion, one of the best ways to learn a plane is to learn the groups and people who live in it. So starting with the most primordial, we have their oozes. Muragonda's oozes are iconic, enigmatic creatures of Muragonda with a wide range of beliefs surrounding their origin. They are often seen as unique, almost individual entities, with one particular famous ooze known as the mimeoplasm. There are several theories about their creation. The lay mages believe oozes are the plane's antibodies, born deep within Muragonda in response to the rise of magic. Scar witches claim oozes are remnants of the moon ruins, entities that arrived during the first moonfall, gathering strength with each subsequent impact. The Surids see oozes as the living endurance of their ancestors, divine beings formed from the afterlife's matter, carrying the wisdom of past atrocities. The Teluset consider oozes nightmares, creatures that steal children and swallow villages in their slow-moving tides. And the Fang Druids see oozes as walking terrariums, containing unique, curious vegetation within them. The true origin of oozes was lost during the cataclysm that ended Muragonda's first world and gave birth to its current state. Today, oozes can be found in every biome of Muragonda, ranging in size from small droplets to massive walking lakes. Their intelligence varies significantly as they adapt to the memories of beings they consume. The most intelligent oozes are those that have ingested sentient beings, often Surids, through honored sacrifice, or humans through the unfortunate accidents. And they display a rudimentary form of intelligence echoing the minds of the creatures they have absorbed. Muragonda, despite being a primordial plane of raw, untamed life, is home to emerging civilizations that grow and evoke like the other world. Humanity is rising once again, driven by a newfound desire for power, rekindling the ancient bonds with magic and metal that their ancestors once discovered. Meanwhile, the Surids, a powerful race, an ancient race, carve kingdoms from the wilderness and blade and muscle, establishing their own domain. Other forms of organizations also vie for control, such as Druidic hermitages, magic circles, and city cults of dead gods, and even endo-alien planar circulatory states. Each group competes in a harsh, brutal environment where power is won and lost in primal, unforgiving ways. The struggle for dominance reflects the same vicious survivalist nature of the plane itself, where life is as relentless and hostile as the forces that shape it. Civilization on Muragonda defined by the consistent fight for survival and control, where only the strongest or most cunning endure. Looking at the Surid autocracy, it is one of the most powerful states on Muragonda, ruled by Surids, humanoid dinosaurs, and their human subjects, whom the Surids call softskins. Society is deeply stratified, with a ridge caste diversion that place the ruling dynastic tyrant families at the top, overseeing a complex, hierarchical society. At the summit, the elite live in luxury and excess, distant from the struggles of the lower classes. The middle layer are filled with bureaucrats, priests, and military commanders who constantly squabble over internal policies and the management of their systems. The majority of the population consists of laboring Surids, with humans relegated as a subservient role beneath them. All are ruled by the Autoarch, an absolute monarch who is worshipped as a divine figure. The autocracy is renowned for its engineering feats and infrastructure, far surpassing other groups on Muragonda. They have constructed vast temples within their fortress cities, from which paved roads stretch across the land. Advanced irrigation systems bring water from high altitudes, lakes and rivers feeding industrial agriculture, and powering pit mines and smelting factories. Surids are obligated carnivores, so they maintain large industrial pastures, abattoirs, and processing facilities. Humans under their rule are allowed to cultivate small communal plots for vegetables and grain to supplement their diets. The Surids also hold a sacred relationship with Muragonda's oozes, which they believe are the physical representation of their ancestors. The mimeoplasm is particularly revered, seen as a living god or a divine figure. When revered elders die, their bodies are fed to oozes so they can live on in these supernatural beings, their memories and essences preserved within the ooze's gelatinous form. Moving on to the Fang Druids, these are a druidistic society hidden deep within the dense jungle of Muragonda. This band culture consists primarily of gorillas, though other great apes also form part of their ranks. Humans, though rare, are respected druids within the group, sharing equal status with their ape counterparts. Unlike the rigid caste system of the Surid autocracy, there is no species hierarchy within the Fang Druid. The only distinctions are based on wisdom and seniority. Non-druidic apes and humans in their community serve in a more practical role, such as farming, animal husbandry, and defending druidic circles. The Fang Druids are deeply connected to the jungle environment, especially the crater jungles of Muragonda, in the region known as the Green Hell. They live amidst vast craters created by ancient magic wars. The Fang Druids are dedicated to preserving these jungles as places of learning in their growth, especially as they face encroachment from the external forces like the Grand Prix. Here, they break down both new and ancient weapons to study them, ensuring they are well prepared to defend their sacred land from any threat. The Tilu set are a collective of 5 human clans living between the Surid autocracy and the ruins of their former homeland. Telu, a place destroyed by magical warfare. These clans, known for their martial culture, live an austere lifestyle, shaped by the difficulties of their environment. Despite their hardships, the Tiluset have not lost their wealth of knowledge and skills that define their homeland. They are skilled raiders, metalworkers, and weavers, capable of creating impressive textiles even from sparse resources. The Tiluset cavalry and mage hunters are formidable warriors who fought the autocracy's border forces to a standstill and regularly raid lay mage towers, targeting magical practitioners. The Tiluset are vehemently anti-magic, their deep animosity stemming from the magical devastation of Telu by warring mages generations ago. As a result, they maintain strict vigilance over the population to prevent any signs of magic use. The only form of thaumaturgy tolerated within their society is nullification magic, a form of anti-magic that some humans can naturally wield, either from a young age or after consuming certain oozes. This form of magic is considered essential for their survival and resistance against magical threats that have plagued their history. Lay mages and glyph hunters. Lay mages are powerful sorcerers scattered across Muragonda who build attunement towers near leyline geysers to study and absorb raw magic that erupts from them. These mages form small circles with their families, retinues, and students dedicated to the mastering and controlling the potent energy of the leyline. They seek out glyphs of power, leyline geysers, and individuals born with the ability to tap into the plane's raw magic. Lay mages are driven by the pursuit of vast knowledge, particularly regarding the leyline mana and the metaphysical connection to Muragonda's world soul. They are among the few who have come close to understanding these forces, but they are reclusive and secretive. Rarely do they share their findings or knowledge, and their annual synopsises are often their only opportunity to exchange ideas. Lay mages are highly competitive, and rival circles are considered their greatest threat. Serving the lay mages are glyph hunters, brave and desperate rangers who volunteer to venture into the dangerous, mana-burnt wilds and moonfall fields. These rangers search for lost artifacts from Muragonda's ancient world, risking their life to bring back treasure that may hold the key to nurturing the Lay Mage's understanding and power. Scar Witches are solitary, ruthless, and highly territorial beings found in the Gadark's Scar, a dark frozen field of craters created by the first moonfalls on Muragonda. These pale, wraith-like figures are the dying remnants of Muragonda's past, fading ghosts clinging to the shattered remnants of their world. They guard ancient ruins fiercely, constantly watching the skies for new moonfalls, hoping to receive more fragments of the lost world's memories. To control their magic, Scar Witches form contracts with powerful Veil Walkers, or dead gods, who act as their patrons and guide them in safety, tapping into Muragonda's raw, dangerous magic. These patrons are ominous, towering beings that traverse borders of life and death, existing in the Twilight Zone, where night consumes the day. The presence of Veiled Walkers and dead gods is always accompanied by the eerie sound of chimes. Scar Witches, in turn, dress in veils and bells to emulate their patron's appearance, blending with their haunted presence that accompanies them. Next, we have the Dawn Chaser Pilgrim. These are a nomadic order that mask the rise of non-animalistic, monotheistic religion on Muragonda. These gold-clad pilgrims carry their altars on large wheeled carts as they travel across the plain, following ancient roads in search of truth. Their devotion leads them from shadows into the light of dawn, symbolizing their quest to enlighten as the night transcends into morning. The pilgrims maintain two sacred cities on opposite sides of Muragonda, the Summer City and the Winter City. At these locations, they stop to refill their dawn lamps, sharpen their sundial weapons, and commune with the sun's steady, life-giving light. Twice a year, they gather at these cities to celebrate the sun in a week-long festival, vowing to honor the celestial force they believe guide their path and illuminate the truth of the world. The Wandering Scribes are a monistic order known for developing a unique written language and innovative record-keeping practices. They are responsible for the creation of paper, a lightweight, flexible medium that revolutionized the way the words are stored across Muragonda. These scribes travel the plane, offering their expertise as mercenaries, record-keepers, often contracted by kings, chieftains, high priests, mages, and merchants who seek to preserve important information, contracts, and histories. The Wandering Scribes are respected for their skill in capturing and organizing knowledge, and their role as traveling archivists made them integral to the flow of information on Muragonda. Their work is vital for maintaining continuity in history, practically in a land where ancient memories and forgotten worlds are ever present. The Muragondan Raiders are a response to the arrival of the Grand Prix in Muragonda, as the civilians of the plane react to the foreign intrusion. While some, like the Lay Mages, were curious and sought to learn from the Galloper delegates, the majority of the plane's inhabitants reacted with hostility, ready to defend their land with force. Raiders in Muragonda are primarily affiliated with two groups, the Teluset and the Surid Autocracy. The Teluset Raiders are composed of hardened mage hunters, null mages, and regular warriors, all skilled in the art of combat and anti-magic tactics. They are professional, trained to hunt down magical threats. Autocracy Raiders, on the other hand, consist of mixed units of immortal, shed-skin, and soft-skin cavalry riding armored, flatback raptors, and other large beasts. Both groups are formidable, but neither is particularly fast in an endurance race like the Grand Prix. Instead, they focus on strategic tactics, such as stalking choke points, setting up traps, and ambushing racers to take advantage of the chaos during the race. While their methods differ, both groups share the same overarching goal, to prevent further intrusion by the Grand Prix into their lands. The Teluset are specifically focused on killing any magic users. Driven by their anti-magic beliefs, in contrast, the Surid Autocracy seeks to capture and reverse engineer the advanced technology that the Grand Prix brings, hoping to use it for their own advantage. Muragonda looks to be a plane where many mysteries still remain, and this set will bring this world together, trying to stop as many racers as possible. Thank you so much for watching. Muragonda is such a cool plane, and I hope we learn more soon. Please leave a comment down below on what you think of this plane, its people, or just general questions you may have. If you'd like to help support me in another way, please leave a like, share this video with a friend, and subscribe. And if you enjoy some of my other videos, maybe check out my Patreon. That'd be a big help. Now today's Scryfall card of the day is Utter End. I came seeking a challenge, all I found was you, Zurgo Khan of the Mardu. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you later, Planeswalkers.